Hi everyone, Esther here. Thank you so much for tuning to my channel. I want to start this video. First of all, this video about what's really going to happen for the next, let's say, few weeks, because we have quite a few events happening, and this particular week, it's going to be an interesting week and with a lot of opportunities, and in a way challenges, which is provide opportunities. We have yesterday actually, on Saturday and Shabbat, we start a period of time. It's called 3 negative weeks. It's called Bein HaMetzarim. It's a very important period of time. Usually, Kabbalists always looking for this period of time and opportunity to use the knowledge and everything what we gain, the information, which is, I hope we all can convert to wisdom, and we can use wisdom to really understand what's happening in the sky and why in ancients, in Kabbalist, used to have a special preparation for these 3 weeks and what they really represent. Because this the 3 weeks, the 3 negative weeks, I don't like to use the word negative because in Kabbalistic terms, it's not such a thing negative. It's all about the opportunity and how we can use the opportunity, right? But in a nutshell, these 3 weeks, traditionally, first of all, they always ask during the Cancer, or it's in the moon calendar Cancer, or in our case, actually, it's both. It's in the moon calendars, it's Cancer, and as well, we actually starting the sun entering Cancer. Okay, and in Hebrew, it's starting 17 of Tammuz. Tammuz in Hebrew is the month of Cancer, and it's finishing on 9 of Av, Tisha B'Av. And I'm going to tell you exactly the period of time. So it starts from Saturday, July 16 until August 6. During this period of time, it's not good idea to get married. It's not good idea to start anything new. It's not good idea even to go and swim in the ocean. As well, male usually don't cut their hair, neither they shave, because the hair represent energetical force like antenna, and it's better this period of time not really touch anything connected to the body. And again, there's a lot of reasons behind it, and there's on a physical level, we always we do manifestation, but it comes actually from the higher realm. Okay, so this is really very important. And in Sefer Yezirah, actually, Sefer Yezirah as well mentioned the period of Bein HaMetzarim and explained to us why the energy of the Cancer involved in this period of time as well. Okay, so this is really important for us to understand, because really, if you think about what is really, what is really Cancer. Cancer represent our foundation. It's very karmic, our ancestral lineage, our mother ancestral lineage, right? So this is why it's all about nourishment. And what's really happened for these 3 weeks, the Bnei HaMetzarim, there was a beginning of destruction of the both holy temples. And holy temple, it's a discussion in many old books, in Zohar and as well in Talmud and Gemara, why Jerusalem is the holy city. Is Jerusalem the holy city because of the holy temple, or is the holy temple actually holy because it's built in Jerusalem? And what Kabbalists explain, really, the holy temple is the essence. It's even now, even though we don't see physically the holy temple in Jerusalem, what Kabbalists explain, it's actually there. We're just not able to see the energetical force, the stream of energy. If you ever heard about this, the 2 streams of light, they actually came from this place where the holy temple was created. And as soon the separation starts with people, when people start to get hatred for no reason to each other, this is when this energy start to break apart. And we have to understand, every time we're talking about the place where so much energy, so much potential light can be revealed, this is when the Satan, the other side, wants to have his playground. It's always been this way. Same thing with us. As soon as we start our path with spirituality, or we want to take ourselves to the next level of spirituality, they will be sending so much challenges toward us to make Light of Creator want to make sure we're really ready and earned the new vessel inside of us in order to receive new wisdom, and this wisdom will stay with us. It's not just go on the logical level. It's actually will enter of every cells of our body. We really start to behave in our subconscious level to understand. Now, Cancer, on subconscious level is it's really ruler our emotions, if you think about it. So this is why it's really important. Why I'm telling you all of that, you see, I'm sharing with you the chart, and chart will be starting from today, from July 9th. Now, what's interesting, we always need to look at the moon as well. The moon actually entering Pisces start from tomorrow, and tomorrow we have July 18. So we start week, not just moon entering Pisces, it's actually join Jupiter. And when moon together join with Jupiter in Pisces, we're going to have unusual thinking. We're going to start to have a desire to understand spirituality, almost in a way from on an ancestral lineage level, because it's really a Pisces is going to help us with the core to understand, because of the moon, it's the mother energy are inside. It's called Orpnimi, who we really are, what we really think and feel when there's nobody around. And Jupiter Tzedek going to activate, expand these emotions. So as well, we have to understand how to deal with this energy. Now, what another very, very important thing for us to pay attention, we entering to 3 days. If you look at my arrow, you can see Pluto. Look at what's happening here. Pluto, we have in 3 degrees, and we have in opposition Sun in 2 degrees. And what's going to happen, Sun in opposition with Pluto, it's very interesting to say the least, because Sun enter Cancer. Now, this week, it's going to be more familiar for water sign. Water sign is going to feel okay, because this is the normal stage to live in emotions and deal with this. If you have a lot of water sign in your chart, you will feel emotional this week, but at least it's familiar to you. It's a bit going to be more challenging for fire signs, especially we have a Mars in Aries, and we have a Rahu in Aries, and so the fire sign, and if you have a very important planet in the fire sign, especially in Aries, you Aries are troopers, you have to go through all of this right now until the lunar node's going to change. But now you have a Mars there as well. You're going to have a lot of ideas. But I want to come back to Pluto and Sun, because Pluto not by himself, right? Pluto in Capricorn, and again, Pluto in the sign of government, of law, in the cleanup inside of the government, by the way. And it's all about, Pluto's gonna even let government to try to provide us more with illusion than they actually in charge. And what's happened, it's in opposition with Cancer and it's opposition with Sun. Sun a little bit weaker when it's in Cancer, because it's in the house of Moon. So it's not the best position for Sun, because Sun loves to be in more active energy, and it's going to a little bit feel in the Cancer energy a little bit diminished, so to say. Plus we have Mercury too, right? And we have Mercury right now moving really almost in conjunction as well with Sun. It's kind of burned by Sun. So this week we're going to have a little bit, our focus going to be very much on the world arena. We're going to check what's really happening with the world, with the government. We're going to really emotionally occupied in on the global level, if you think about, right? Pluto and Saturn are both in Capricorn, and we are faced with many drastic changes in societies, and all the governmental institutions are really affected by it. They have almost no choice. They need to understand and take different approach. It's like a big cleansing, because when Pluto there, and especially now it's been radiated by Sun, it's need to really show us much more, because Pluto loves to stay so to say in the darkness, and always it's a malefic, right? It's is he's expend the dark heavy energy many times. So right now it's been burned by Sun, like affected an opposition by Sun. So they have no choice to show us everything what's actually was hiding there, what isn't really working. It's going to breaking up slowly but surely a lot of government structures, you will see, and a lot of uncertainty and doubt So the government is going to have, the government will, will have like experience difficulties. And it's actually this position not good for government, because we're gonna we're gonna see and revealed even more than we think why it's important for us to keep our consciousness and to really to understand how much we're responsible for what's happening in our countries. Because what Zohar explained, every time what's happening in our country, every time when we have a leader, a certain country has a leader, it's exactly the leader according to the people consciousness of the country. So if any of us think for the moment, then we only can blame on government, we're gonna make mistake, and we're gonna stuck in the same consciousness. If we want to take our countries, ourselves, our families, to show our children different level of consciousness and understanding of things, we need to behave differently. We really need to start to everything on a small level, how we talk to each other, how much we truly care for each other, how much we can move on, how much we need to leave behind us what was the past, and don't take with us no pain. It's nonsense, because what's happening right now, this moment, we're creating future at the moment right now. So what's happened next? Let's move forward a little bit. And by the way, just for you guys to understand as well, we have Venus. She's right now in Gemini, and Venus becoming more outspoken in Gemini. She's become more flirtation in Gemini. So this is the good opportunity when you're married and you have already a relationship with someone. Use this as opportunity for the bigger conversation. Go for traveling, even the small distance. Venus and Gemini loves when we're going out, when we bring more flirtation to each other, when we really make some movement. You're gonna benefit in the relationship from the energy. Just make a plans, do more things together, go out, even walk every day together, do something outside of your comfort zone in home. Okay, so next we have July 20th. And then on July 20th, again, Pluto and Sun gonna stay to each other. They're gonna really look for each other. And Venus, the day it's gonna be a little bit, Venus will feel a little bit reactive as well from this combination. Okay. And what else happened? We have a moon moved to Aries, and moon doesn't like to be in Aries. Moon will become, so we're going to feel emotions. We're going to have a little bit, it's going to be passive aggressive because of this combination. But in the same time, because we have a Mars can help us to, with the moon together there, even though they both represent completely separate different force of energy. If you know how to combine your emotions, your talent, which is usually comes from behind the scene, from subconsciousness, you're gonna, with your with your active reactive system in the right way, you can create something really, really beautiful. Plus we have Uranus there, so on the world realm, it's just creating more opening for people who in power, which is, we know it's all illusion of the power, and they can be a little bit more malefic. Again, in Pluto, in order for you, just check your chart as well, see where your Pluto and where is your Sun, and how it can affect you as well. Because again, Sun with Pluto, don't let this energy will make not positive energy inside of your home. Okay, so at least whatever connect to your home, because remember, final redemption, Mashiach comes from home, within family. It comes first. Okay, because this is the energy we carry with us. Then we have July 21st. July 21st, we still have moon in Aries, and Mars gonna be almost conjunct with moon in moon and Mars will be conjunction in Aries. So it's going to be an interesting week. So now then again, for a water sign, it's going to be a little bit easy because you guys are familiar with this energy. For people who have more fire, you're going to be emotional, a little bit bombarded, and some of you won't even know what to do with that. When it's happened, take a nice book, listen to good music, just always substance with, there's a lot of remedies. do meditation, and then it's possible for you to get to extra conflicted situation. So, this is the week where you need to be a little bit more low profile. And why not, right? So this is the whole about, it's not just about to have information. We really need to know how to use this information in order for cosmos to work for us and not against us, right? So next one, let's look what's happened next. So July 22nd, we have moon moved to Taurus. And this is the good news, because it's become more nourishing. We actually can have a really good desire for good food and even cook for somebody else, right? So and don't forget, it's Friday. It's actually excellent when we have on Friday moon in Taurus, especially if you cook on Friday, if you cook for Shabbat or you cook for a weekend, it's really excellent. And food going to have amazing energy, by the way. Every time when we have a moon in water sign, or we have moon in Taurus or in Libra, you have to really notice when you cook, your even your food gets like a special. Plus, what's happening, even though it's actually going to touch Pleiades as well, even though we're not supposed to start anything new, especially for the 3 weeks Bein HaMetzarim, I do recommend to look at your home and to see what changes you can make inside of your home. How maybe you can change the furniture, maybe you can make some changes in your yard and everything, which will nourish. It's part of the nourishment, because moon in Taurus, it's activate energy of sustenance, right? It's the self-worth house as well, so it's important. And then we move into Shabbat, to Saturday, which is July 23rd. We still have moon in Taurus, and we're gonna feel more rested. Now, what's happening here? We have Venus, which is Venus really, it's in 13 degree in Gemini. So we're going to have some kind of creativity if you're going to study. And you remember, on Shabbat is the best day to study spirituality, because it says when you study on Shabbat any spirituality, any like books of wisdom, your memory work double. And it's not just your memory, it actually can stay and resonate with you. Okay, so it's really, really important. What else I wanted to mention, guys, with regards to the Jupiter. Now, because in Jupiter we have in Pisces, and it's really already in the movement in retrograde. Why? And as well, we have a Saturn in retrograde. We will need to look in the global situation. It's asking of us to look at the global situation from completely different perspective. Not to blame. Again, I'm going to repeat, don't blame government, don't blame just see the bigger picture, see how you can invest in community. It's really, really important. And when we go into Sunday, which is July 24th, we still have moon in Taurus, and we have a Mars, which is going to be in 19 degrees. And it's really, when Mars in 19 degrees in Aries, it's actually very interesting degrees as well, because it's not the best degrees. It's in a way, when you look in the direct sky, when it's really touching Cetus, and as well it's not far from Andromeda. And Andromeda, it's usually 20 degrees, right? So what's happened when Mars in 19 degrees, like 1 degree between Andromeda, it's going to be again a little bit conflicted energy. So just for us to know why I'm telling you all of this about the conflicted energy in a global level, because every time what's happening on a global level, when we try to transform something, each of us inside of us, it's mean we're sending something new to the collective consciousness. Okay, we cannot think just on a small realm, which is the small. It's really important. We really need to connect to the bigger picture, because as soon we really understand how big we are, how powerful, because our consciousness change reality. It's sof maaseh b'machshava tehila. It's our thoughts create reality. So we need to understand that every time. So this week, in nutshell, we need to remember the beginning of the week until Wednesday, including Wednesday, is a little bit conflicted energy because of the Pluto and Sun. But at the same time, we can come to really deep realization because of the Pluto, because if you know how to use the Plutonic energy and to get like light from it, because there's a lot of light inside of the Pluto, because it's king of underworld and it's deal with darkness. If you look at the sky is dark, but there's only stars, right? So we need this darkness in order to activate light. So we need to know how to use these tools, okay? And as well in relationship, in order to use the Venus properly, Venus in Gemini, we try to bring the energy of Gemini in the relationship, do fun together. Okay, it's really, really important on a global level. Like I said, try to set energy. And again, when you criticize your government, have you ever tried to close your eyes and to send positive energy to the same leaders who you not think positive? Do you think with the darkness and with negative thoughts we're going to influence and help? No. Yes, there's a, in the reality of the illusion of this world, we see one thing, but we never can bring light with darkness. So if you come to the dark room, you're going to bump yourself to every corner. What you do, you bring light with you. So this is the only way. So in order for you to influence what's happening in the world, always remember the basic tools of universe. In order to bring peace, you need to come with the peace. In order to bring light, you need to come with the light. Okay, guys, I wish you guys many blessings. I'm working on a new video. I'm going to do video for Pluto and Capricorn together in the same house. It's really, really important for us to understand the same how it's affecting us in our own personal chart. And I really hope you had a chance to watch my part 1, part 2 about Saturn, because we enter another very important period of time until October 23rd, when the time we're going to have 4 days when it's going to be stationary, one of the hardest day of the year. We need to be prepared for it in order to, after this operation, spiritual operation, we're going to have another window until January 2013, before Saturn will move to Aquarius, and when we're going to all come as a rising phoenix, we're going to have like a new light inside of us. Okay, I send you a lot of love. Bye bye, guys.